Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Gotta get that. That. That.
Good day, everyone. I am Benjamin Evans, and you are tuned into The Decision, the show where we highlight some of SBI superstars who are signed, sealed, and delivered, who are ready to strike corporate America with some of that Rattler venom. Today, we have a very special guest, Miss Kristin Leek. She is president of the Beta Alpha chapter of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She's also this year's co-chair of Relay for Life, and she's CEO of the Forum Company here at the School of Business and Industry. Please welcome Ms. Kristin Leek. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you coming and sharing with us your story about the decision. Before we get into your story, I want to know, where in the world is Titusville?
Okay, Titusville, Florida is home of Dixie Crossroads, world-renowned, and NASA's space shuttle, where the space shuttle takes off.
Okay, so just say NASA and there we go.
Exactly. Cape Canaveral, near Cocoa. Some people know Orlando better than most, so it's on the coast.
Because usually people think the spaceship's lifting off from Orlando.
Not at all. It's what they say to get you there. So you're coming to Titusville if you want to see the space shuttle launch.
Yeah, so how did you get to Tallahassee from Titusville?
So I came to Tallahassee for the Florida A&M University. Florida A&M is something that's very close to my family. My grandparents met here, my parents met here, and my sister came here, but she really copied my decision to come here.
Yeah, because I found out that half of your family is here on campus. So.
Yep, my little sister is here. She's a freshman this semester, so it runs deep in our family, definitely.
So why do you think it runs so deep and so special to your family?
Well, I think when our grandparents kind of started the legacy, our parents, their parents were looking to send them to a university that would cater to them and make sure that they were ready for the real world and to gain employment and be able to support their family. And Florida A&M is the only choice to groom and prepare students like ourselves that look like us for the real world and for employment. So.
Now, growing up, or when you came to the realization of where your family went to school, how has FAMU benefited them? What have you seen out of the Rattler pride in the older generation?
Well, I think it's just kind of something that's fun. A lot of my aunts and uncles went to FAMU as well, and so it's just something that we enjoy, being able to come back. Sometimes we would come back here to Tallahassee for homecoming. Other times we would go to Orlando since it was close for the Classic. So it's just something I think that we can all get together and enjoy. And the rivalry against Bethune, of course, there's some Bethune Wildcats in Titusville as well. So that's always fun, going back and forth with them as well.
Yeah. So your leadership list is pretty extensive here. Just reading off, I almost fumbled over the words trying to get all of your leadership and titles out of the way. What are some of the significant impacts you've had as a leader here at FAMU? What are some of the things you've done?
Well, I've had the opportunity to take a lot of leadership roles because someone saw in me something to give me smaller roles, and I've been able to turn most of those roles into the leadership roles that they are today. So that's first how I got there. What I've done to impact while I'm in those roles is what's most rewarding is kind of learning what I've learned, taking what I've learned on internship and applying it back here on campus. So this past summer, I did a lot with process documentation and lean production and 5S, which is a lean principle for different systems and processes. And so with my sorority, with our Forum Company, and with Relay for Life as well, I've tried to use those to kind of streamline some of our processes and make sure that operations get done, event proposals, things like that. When you have students running around trying to get things done, we all have one common goal, but there's a million ways to get it done. But if we can get an organized process together to get those things done, it makes things go a lot smoother, and we're more effective in the process of it. So that's actually really rewarding to be able to see those improvements
made. Absolutely. And one of the things we pride ourselves on, especially as grad students, whether it's in the 1 year or whether it's a part of the 5-year program, is our academics. And how do you maintain your academics and these leadership roles that you take on?
It's tough. It's very tough. I guess I would just say you really don't know how much time is in a day until you fill up your entire day with leadership, extracurricular, and your academics. So, I mean, you just know you have to get it done, and you do what you have to in order to get it done. If sleep is what has to sacrifice, then that just is, what misses out. But, you have to get it done, and you just find a way to do it.
Sleep is a huge sacrifice.
In grad school and FAMU, SBI, you're right.
Business policy class.
Yes. Right, we need to get to that next, right?
So, before we get to where you are taking your talents, what are some of the where are some of the places you've interned? Because you're from Titusville, I'm assuming it's kind of small. If you're from Tallahassee, it's a little upgrade. Where else have you gone?
Okay, so I actually started with my first 2 internships close to home at NASA Kennedy Space Center.
Okay.
So they gave me my start. I started in the budget office at NASA Kennedy Space Center, and I worked with different budget analysts. And then the second summer I came back and worked with just a few of the analysts in the office, and just really learned a lot about data analysis and Excel and different things like that between those 2 summers. The next summer I went to Boeing in the Northwest, and I had a business internship there. It was cost management, very similar to what I was doing before, weekly reports and data crunching and things of that nature. And so last summer I had the opportunity to intern in the supplier quality organization, which was a huge turnaround from what I have been doing the last 3 summers, but I think what it did for me in the long run, adding to my experience, something new, it's just totally invaluable. So.
Excellent. So after you've traveled the nation, interned everywhere, after you had all of these excellent leadership experiences on campus, where will you be taking all of that knowledge and experience? Why don't you tell everybody?
All right. Again, I am Kristin Leek, a graduating MBA student from Titusville, Florida. And I will be taking my talents to the Boeing company. The decision has been made.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And where exactly is the Boeing company?
So Boeing is really all over globally and also within the United States. I'll be interning in the Seattle area, which is the Puget Northwest area, so in Seattle, Washington.
Are you ready for that cold weather?
I am. I've experienced the summer, so I mean, weather is not an option. Weather is
snow and
that's a small factor to the experience that I'll be getting. I mean, really, I'm looking forward to something new. I've spent most or all of my life in the Southeast, so I'm really looking forward to something new. And if a little cold is really not going to scare me away.
Are there any rattlers up there?
There are a few rattlers there in the engineering field. Not so much business, but there are some engineering rattlers up there. So.
Well, thank you so much. Much success to you.
All right, thank you very much.
And that is it, folks. You have the decision. Ms. Kristin Leek, who will be taking her talents to Boeing in Seattle, Washington. This has been The Decision. I'm your host, Benjamin Evans. And remember, it's not about who you know, but who knows you, because the decision could be yours.